Hello, this is Ben Parr of Mashable. I'm here at the Web 2010, and could you introduce yourself, sir?
Sure. Hey Ben, this is Jason Jacobs. I'm the founder and CEO of FitnessKeeper, which is the creator of the RunKeeper mobile fitness platform.
Can you tell us a little bit about RunKeeper and FitnessKeeper? Just a couple sentences.
Sure. RunKeeper is a platform that basically we've seen huge innovations at the fitness sensor level, where there's more and more interesting sensors collecting more and more interesting kinds of fitness data. And what we're building is a virtual platform that ties all of these sensors together and mixes in analytics and coaching and game mechanics and social accountability and community to ultimately make it fun to get out and do your physical activities and live a healthier life.
So what is the what is the bigger picture? What is the overall goal? What do you really want to do with the platform?
Yeah. So well, if you think about our humble beginnings, we were one of the first 200 applications on the iPhone, and that application does GPS tracking for fitness enthusiasts so that they can collect all of their running data and feeds all that data back to an online system. And what we found is that our users, they do a lot of other kinds of activities, and they also care about a lot of other kinds of data. So anything from the food they eat to how they sleep at night to their weightlifting at the gym and so on. And at the same time, even our runners, they do a lot of other things around their running experience, whether it be raising money for charity or signing up for races or following training programs or many other things, and they've got a very fragmented experience today. So as we build up a bigger and bigger engaged community of people that are tracking all their activities on runkeeper.com, we want to help them become more and more efficient and effective at hitting and surpassing fitness goals, and also tying their experience around their tracking into the other aspects of their fitness that they're doing in other places.
And so, how are you going to make money off that?
Yeah, so, well, initially we've had the luxury of having one of the top 100 gross revenues iPhone applications, which has been kind of our seed funding, if you will. And ultimately, we always intend on having a free service, and we always intend on making that service great and continuing to innovate on it. At the same time, we've got what's called RunKeeper Elite, which is an optional subscription service on the web. It's more like a club where you get access to several additional pieces of functionality, discounts on fitness classes, things like that. And so over time, we're not as concerned about monetization in the short term as we are about building a killer product and driving significant scale, and we're only monetizing enough so that we can pay the bills along the way and give us the time to really innovate and build up a killer community. And we think that there's plenty of exciting possibilities for what we can do with this community once we have it, but we're only focused on monetization along the way so much that we buy ourselves the time to get to the long term.
So there have been a few other companies that have been interested in this space, including one with a swoosh logo that's been launching a lot of apps in the last couple months. Can you talk a little bit about Nike and whether they represent a competitive threat to you, and what do you think about their entry into the market in general?
Sure. So if you look at our history, in 2007 I was training for my first marathon, and I was using the Nike Plus system to train for that race, and I thought it was incredibly powerful at the time to take a sensor, put it on a fitness enthusiast, and feed that data back to a virtual platform on the web that drives healthier behavior. And I looked around and I couldn't believe that Nike was the only one that was doing this in a compelling way, and that it was only being done around one pedometer, around one pair of shoes for one sport, by a company whose core business is something totally different. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for those guys, but I thought there was a humongous opportunity to carve out what was most special about this system and focus on it as your only thing, not around one pair of shoes for one sport, but across many different devices, many different data types, and many different sports as an independent fitness technology company. So I think that vision is what's driving us. So if you look at what Nike's doing in the space, we have a lot of respect for those guys. We think they're going to continue to innovate and build a terrific platform, but we think there's an opportunity for an equally significant company to emerge that is input agnostic and builds an independent platform that works with all different fitness sensors as they emerge, and kind of relishes in their independence so that they can innovate in ways that a company who's doing this as a brand play cannot.
So I have two more questions. The first one is, what can we expect? What do you think what are we going to see in 2011 from RunKeeper and FitnessKeeper?
So we have a lot of things planned for 2011. We just raised a round of financing led by OATV, Bryce Roberts, who we're very excited about. And so we're going to be growing the team a lot. And with that, I think you're going to see a lot of enhancements to the core offering. You're going to see additional sensors that feed more and more interesting types of data into the system. And you're also going to see more integration between the core product and other things that our core runners do, whether it be training programs or races and events. So ultimately, we're not just looking to build a tracking system, but we're looking to build a virtual platform that drives healthier behavior and ties in with all of the things end-to-end that our users do as part of their core fitness experience. And 2011 will be a lot about proving that out and laying the core foundation in place that we can ultimately build upon over the next several years.
All right, so last question, and you only get a sentence for this one. It is, what is your top piece of advice to aspiring entrepreneurs?
Top piece of advice for aspiring entrepreneurs, I would have to take that out of the playbook of a large, very well-known company and just do it.
Nice. Thank you very much. This is Mashable with RunKeeper and FitnessKeeper.
Thanks, Ben.